Virgo, welcome to your reading. Virgo, we have a lot of emphasis on your financial houses right now, as your sense of worth as well as sources of income might be going through a rebirth at this stage, and there might be a bold call that we are required to take also to balance out the returns of the investments or the returns of relationships or partnerships that we have entered into. This is a very bold period in your life with Pluto finally going direct in your house of risk taking. You might be required to take some calculated risk, or you might be in the process of figuring out if you want to take those calculated risks as we enter the 1.5 year period when you will have fated shifts as a result of you taking some leap of faith. This is a period of adventure that is coming back in your life for the first time since 2003, 2004, and we'll see some bold leaps in your life in terms of your growth as a result of that over the course of next 1.5 years. We are on the threshold of all of that, but before we enter that period, there might be some changes that need to be made when it comes to your debt, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to sharing the duties with you and your partner, and you'll find that certain things need to be weeded out for you to go to that part of your life. We also have finally Saturn and Jupiter going direct in your house of health and work. So if there was a restructuring that was happening behind the scene in your health and work, now is the time to go live with it. Now is the time to go forward with it and take advantage of the next 2 months when Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is in your house of health and work, where you can expand both and make positive changes in both. We'll talk about both the short-term themes as well as the long-term thread that is running across these transits all the way till 2023 today. My name is Charu. I'm your host on this journey. Let's dig in. Going deeper into the short-term trends right now till around 5th of November, we have your ruler still in the house of finances. So this is a once in 6-year transit when your ruler Mercury spends close to 9 weeks in your house of finances. Last we experienced this was back in 2015 when we had so much of thought process and reconsiderations going into our assets, going into our investments, going into our diet, how we fuel our body, as well as how we are fueling our net investments. Are we placing all our eggs in one basket, and is that the right basket financially? There might be a review of your resources, your reallocation of assets, or your self-worth, worth of things in your life, as well as how you value your body and yourself. There's a re-evaluation of the value system, replenishment of resources, as well as looking at whether you're paid your worth or not, or are you comfortable in your resources, or do we need to change our sources of income to make them more aligned with where we want to go? Are we paid how much we are worth? Are we fulfilled in what we do? Are we valuing ourselves or not? Are we working within our value systems or not? Or there might be a review of an old investments or an old resource or an old asset that you possibly bought in 2015, and we are disconnecting from something that was initiated. Maybe it could be a trend of you not valuing yourself enough in some ways, or a diet you started, or a way of being when it comes to the food substances or the way you take care of your body that started in 2015, and we are looking to make a change in what tone was set up at that time, what thought process was set up at that time on how we look at finances, how we look at resources, how we earn income, what is valuable to us. And Virgo, you are ruled by Mercury. So this cycle will greatly affect the way you show up to the world, the way you value yourself, the way you physically look is greatly impacted by your diet, greatly impacted by how much you value yourself, as well as how much balance you have in your resources. And this is going to flow into your career house as well, because Mercury rules your career as well. So there might be some changes coming about in your career as you reconsider how much you want to earn or how much you think you're worth. And this is an excellent time till 18th of October especially to renegotiate and reconsider and review whether you are being paid your worth or not, or whether financially you are in the situation where you want it to be, or what you want to change when it comes to your resources. This is financial diplomacy time in some way. So communication when it comes to asking your true worth might be under a rebirth. The way we ask for our worth might be under a rebirth. This means that the contract or the income that you're earning through contracts, that might be under renegotiation right now. Salary or the returns that you get from your investments, or the returns that you get from doing the work, or value of your skill set, or if you feel that the skill set that you have, they need to be value added. So what needs to be done to add more value to your skill set, that might be under reconsideration. And the period till 23rd of October, because sun is over there, physical effort going into it will be enormous in my view. You need a balanced approach to money. So if anything has been draining your resources, you'll be looking to weed that out. And money through partnerships, agreements, deal making, that might be undergoing a review, because you might be at a threshold of maybe earning income through a partnership, through an agreement, through a deal, which requires some amount of back and forth. This is also where we have to learn to judge the value of our talents, and we are relearning that, relearning how to ask for what we are truly worth, because Mars, the planet of drive, is also undergoing rebirth, and that is a much longer cycle. Mars last was reborn in your house of resources in 2006. So the tone that was set up on how much ego we have, how much we, and good ego, I'm talking about the ego that needs to come into play when you need to ask your worth in deal making, in transactions, in joint relationships as well, in agreements of personal as well as professional nature. Whether we go after our self-worth and fight for our talents, fight for our worth or not, that is getting reset. So if there were things that you never used to speak about or say because they were underneath you in some ways, or you thought for diplomacy or to make nice, we didn't want to fight for it, you'll find that that might shift, that equation might shift with Mars rebirth over here, and we might go after what we truly deserve with much more vigor. And you'll be in some ways being pushed to do that, because Pluto, the planet of power, is nudging you and saying that we need to get over our inhibition when it comes to asking for our true worth. Pluto right now is in your house of passions, and I'll talk about that in detail just in a minute. It is changing how you go after what you desire. If you're passionate about something and you're taking a risk on something, it is going to nudge you to get the right return for it. Whether it is the risk you're taking when it comes to your business, or it is a risk you're taking in your personal life, it is nudging you to stand up for yourself and ask for your true worth. So the passions or the business ventures or the love affairs, or even your relationship with children in some ways, all of them, they come at the cost of money. They come at the cost. Are we getting the right return for it or not is a key question that might be in your mind, and that reconsideration will become very clear with a conflict, in my view, on 17th of October and 22nd of October. While these are the specific dates when these transits are happening, throughout the second half of October, starting from 15th of October, this fight in some ways, which might feel like, am I getting the right returns for the risk I'm taking? Those questions will start becoming very loud to you. Are the risks corroborated to the returns? Do I need to shift my approach to money, to expenses, to savings? Considering the risk I'm taking in my life, it's possible that you might be launching a business, or you might be in the process of taking a big business risk, and you might be evaluating whether the returns are corroborative or not, or you might need to change your approach to expenses considering a lot of money or is going, or your sources of income are changing, or you might be required to enhance. You might feel this push in some ways that I have these things I want to take bet on. I want to take a chance on my creativity. I want to take a chance on my children. I want to spend on my loved ones, or I want to do this which requires more resources. So, what do I need to change when it comes to my assets or the way my expenses are to enable me to take more risk in my life? Pluto is going to nudge you to take more risk in your life. So, the solution is not to be conservative. In fact, as I said in the introduction, over the course of next 1.5 years, you will start having eclipses in your house of adventure, where you will get fated opportunities to take leaps of faith, which will expose you to very different influences. It will expose you to opportunities to travel, to do something different when it comes to philosophy. You might have a very different, distinctive offering that you would like to publish and show to the rest of the world. You are coming with a different way of thinking that you want to share with a large population, and you'll get opportunities to take those leap of faith. Pluto is going to open up your risk appetite before we get there. We are required to change the way we look at risk taking to take those leap of faiths. So this is like a precursor to a leap of faith that you might be about to take with the 19th of November eclipse itself. And you sort of have to make an important decision, or maybe you need to reorganize your past finances to change either your source of income, enhance your source of income, or shift your approach to money, expenses, and savings in order to get there. The fight between security and our creativity and our love and joy and passions will become very evident with the conflict on 17th and 22nd of October. This sometimes can also show up as an ego conflict with a loved one or a power struggle with a loved one, where we are fighting for a sense of worth through a power dynamic laden equation with a loved one. And that can show up. We are trying to stand up more for ourselves. That is the whole rethought and the rebirth of a sense of worth which is happening right now. So you would stand up for yourself, and this will be kind of the first proof that we are going in full in for ourselves. We are all in for ourselves. But at the same time, you have Libra in your sense of worth. So maybe some things need to be aired out. And you'll find this the time when maybe there are some things that were unsaid for a long time that need to be said openly. Your desires, your passions, what you want to be happy, that needs to be said very clearly. So the issues in getting stability in your life conflicts with getting what you want when it comes to true passions. We can be diplomatic, we can be making nice in these situations for the sake of stability, but that interferes with the long-term thread that is running of you owning your passions and you going after what makes you feel happy. So you'll have to overcome some amount of inhibition to compromise, in my view, some amount of stability to get the kind of passions, to get the kind of returns, get the kind of happiness that you're looking for. There is no gain without pain, as they say. So there is some amount of, in my view, a detox of a pattern that will happen with this, where something stable, something old, something traditional is giving way to something more passionate. And this could even mean something in your love life, something in your personal life, where a pattern of you not valuing yourself needs to be given way to you valuing you finally. And Pluto almost makes us like a dog with a bone. It will not let you rest till you open everything that is blocking your sources of joy. But yes, finances will be a key focus. This is a complete rebirth of how you look at finances, how you earn income, how you look at money. And as I said, it has long-term implications, because last time from transactionally this kind of movement happened was back in 2015. So you can draw certain lessons from 2015 because that was the last growth cycle. But the way you go after money, the way you go after what brings you self-worth and net worth, you have not had that drive since 2006. This is a reset of that. And also, what do we value in our life? That is also going through a rebirth with this, because you're reviewing not just your finances, and your survival instincts are of course in overdrive with it, but also what you personally value, what brings you the sense of worth as well. That might be also going through a rebirth with this. And it doesn't have to be purely purely financial, because what you value with Pluto over here might be changing. As I said, how you look at money, your idea of self-worth, what brings you worth, what brings you comfort, what brings you security, that is also going through a revolutionary change here. And you might be setting a new equation over here. There could be a specific idea that you might be honing on, a specific idea, like what is the idea that we can take to the bank, and you might be under reconsideration of a specific income producing idea, which you might be in the process of finally putting the touches on, putting the final dotting the T's, and it will give you a lot of focus. You can use this transit of 17th and 22nd of October to completely change that idea. Maybe you are not taking enough risk, and that's why you're not getting enough returns out of a certain project or out of a certain financial idea that you have, and you might need to change that, and this might give you the kind of opportunity to reform that financial opportunity, that financial idea. So that's the focus on the finances till 23rd of October at least. And as I said, your ruler is there till 5th of November. So you'll find a lot of these discussions will continue all the way till first week of November. The long-term thread that is running through all of this, which is driving all these seemingly mundane changes, is that Pluto, the planet of rebirth, is in your house of love, passion, creativity, and all the things that make you joyful. It is when the greatest works of conviction are produced by people. This is a very rare transit. You have been in that transit since 2008. It will end in January of 2024. Specifically, when Pluto aspects our degree, is the time when we are woken up to a side of us that has been dormant for a very long time, a repressed part of us, which is actually the child within us, which was through some coercion or through some pressure, especially in early upbringing, that playful part of us where we sing, we dance, we take a risk on ourselves. We go ahead and do what brings us joy, irrespective of what anybody is saying. This is like dancing in the rain. And we stop doing it because in the process of growing up, or made to be grow up too early. Because you have Capricorn in your house of childlike joy. It's like somebody grew up too fast. So when we have gone through that process, we are not that playful self for a very long period, because in some ways maybe it hurt when you did that, when you let yourself be, when you let your creativity go freely, or when you took a risk on yourself, or when you went for the one that you truly loved. In some ways in the past there was a repression of the emotions that came with it, and Pluto over here is completely changing your risk appetite in life, and that process started in 2008. Right now Pluto is aspecting 24 degree of Virgo, which is around 16th of September born. So if you're a Virgo before 24 degree, before 16th of September born, you've already possibly gone through 2 or 3 years of the process, because that's how long Pluto transits a specific degree. It's a long process. It's like 2.5 years. It keeps on digging till the greatest works of artistic nature, of creative nature, of risk-taking, the biggest drama or ego-filled relationships, love relationships come in our life, because we are being woken up to our true identity. What is unique about you, what is truly unique about you as an individual, which was suppressed over years of conformity, that is being brought to life with Pluto transit here. And this transit started in 2008, but if you have planets around 24 degree, for the last 1 or 2 years you would be experiencing this, and Pluto transit is coming to an end in January of 2004. So for all of you, the last 2 years of this transit are very critical. It's like somebody who's dying to give birth to something. And something has to die within us to give birth to something. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. The rebirth comes after something has to die. Something that was sane in some ways part of us, that voice in our head that seemingly keeps us sane, but also suppresses the creative flows, the risk taking in our life. That voice, and it could be of an actual person from your early upbringing, that voice is being detoxed and taken out of your life over this process, and we are in the last 2 years of it. Giving birth to creative works or some project that you're working on, which will transform the life of others, is usually the most positive output of this. And Pluto is in positive aspect with you. It is creating you into a very powerful as well as magnetic person. This is a symbol of power, magnetism, which is in positive aspect with you. From within you, a very different side of you is being revealed that people have not seen. And they're going to love what they see. This is a side of you that was buried deep inside, and now finally it is coming out. Pluto was retrograde for the last 4 or 5 months, and now it has gone direct. It is standing still right now, and it is going to nudge you, almost obsess you to give birth to something that you're passionate about. Now we give birth to something that is normally an extension of our self-love with Pluto over here. It could be a child, he or she could be a child. It could be a creative project. It could be a business venture. It could be you taking risk in some ways on something very substantial of business nature, where you are finally owning yourself and expressing yourself. This is where personal self-expression and uniqueness, it needs to be expressed. Because if we don't allow that, if you don't allow that self-expression, your physical vitality will be impacted. This is like a person who's pregnant with somebody or someone, and they have to deliver. There is no other way, but they have to deliver. That thing has to be given birth to now. Otherwise, you feel that you have not fulfilled in some ways. And yes, it does come, Pluto comes with some amount of trauma. It comes with intensity. It comes with an intense desire to create something which is an extension of ourselves. And any blockage in the way of it is not acceptable. So we can get very focused on a specific thing that we are so passionate about that everything around it disappears. This is the most intense love affairs that are seen, which happen with Pluto when it especially transiting your specific degrees. These are all consuming love affairs which happen normally. The desires, they come out with a force of their own. And anything which is fake in your life in terms of love, in terms of passion, in terms of people wasting your time, that has to somehow go out of your life and evolve out of your life. Even the hobbies which were not all consuming, those hobbies even leave your life, because everything in your life has to become a little bit more intense in terms of passions. Love becomes a source of transformation here. Whether it is love for your children or it is love for a person, that becomes a source of transformation. It becomes a source of power struggles, yes, but through those power struggles, a very different side of you, a very powerful side of you which was hidden for a long time, that is brought to surface, and a healing comes as a result of it. As much as nobody likes those intensity that comes in those relationships, but the most intense relationships and love affairs, even the relationship with the children in your life, because the children in your life, they become a source of transformation in your life. The deeper intensity that is released out of it is all about you finally using your own talents, your own inner core to derive your sense of worth versus any relationship or anything and anyone that you give birth to. This is a process that you would go through where you would become so sure of yourself. This is a rock of a self-confidence and faith that is created in oneself. There is nothing that rattles that person having gone through that process. And it does come through some amount of trauma in some ways. But as I said, the issues that come over here, because it's in positive aspect with you, those are the issues which you are best placed to handle. You would have the problems corroborative to the gifts that you have been given to handle them. And you will wake up to those gifts as a result of some of those traumas that might have already come when it comes to your relationships and partnerships, especially in form of ego conflicts, because they will highlight some of the blockages that have been stopping you from owning your own power and your ability to take risk on your own talents and your skill set. They will push you in some ways to own yourself, to own your skill set. And there can be a lot of fear, sometimes related to parenthood because of Pluto here, and there might be a reason for that as well. Unfortunately, sometimes there are reasons attached to it on why there is a risk or a fear to parenthood. Children, they become the source of transformation here. I'm not saying everybody should have children or need to have children, but Pluto over here sometimes create a fear for a person to have children, or some amount of fear sets in that the child might do something which which makes us sometimes even controlling about the children that we have, because out of protection, out of overprotection in some ways. But examine your own fears in that situation. I don't mean to offend anyone. Everybody has their own way to bring up their children, but examine when this happens on what is the inner fear of your own self and possibly your own childhood patterns that are showing up over here that need to be transformed, because our children will become our source of transformation over here. And that's why in some ways there is an intensity to the relationship with the children or the relationship with the romantic partners, and there is a desire, even a sexual undercurrent, which is very high with relationships. And any past inhibition which did not let you go in fully in a relationship, that is being drained out of you by making you almost in some ways that relationship becomes all consuming, because everything that inhibited you from giving yourself to another, that is being removed with this, and you're being opened up like never before. This attracts love affairs with power conflicts, but with drama as well as intrigue. But at the same time, any past inhibition that you had, even in sexual desires that were labeled as negative, they are removed. And as I said, in terms of children, whenever fears come or we try to control everything that's happening in their life, because this can make us feel that we need to manage everything that's happening in their life, but at the same time examine the fears, and it's essentially teaching you that we cannot control everything in life. That is normally the lesson of it. But the most, as I said, the tangible outcome I've seen with this kind of transit is that you give birth to some business venture which is transformative and lucrative, as well as give birth to creative works that can be transformative for others. There's a pride that is given to us in our work which we did not have before, and feeling of not being special enough. This feeling of being special is given to us when we are a child, and in some ways, if that was suppressed, because you have Capricorn in your house of child, if that was suppressed, that feeling of being special was suppressed early upbringing, that is detoxed in our life, because that needs to be removed to be spurred to the kind of heights we need to go to when it comes to our achievement and creativity, and that blockage is removed. So that's the long-term transit of Pluto being over here. But in the short term, as I said, you'll see all of these patterns of you unplugging some sort of risk appetite issue with Pluto going direct and you going head on with something, but fighting with your inner security, because when you're taking a big risk, there are certain reconsiderations that need to be taken. They might be in the process of it, and this will also come into play with the 20th of October full moon, when there might be focus on closing the terms possibly of a partnership or a joint financing or a sponsorship in a unique venture, that now you sort of need to put the final things on. This is especially true if you have planets around 27 degree of Virgo, which is around 19th of September born. If you are around those degrees, 3 degrees before and after 27 of degree, there might be an actual terms of business venture that need to be closed on, and you might need to do a lot of jostling around for it, or you might need to in some ways need to fight for your right share when it comes to that business venture. There could actually be an actual conflict with a love interest or a partner who doesn't want you to take a risk, and you might need to have a conflict with that partner to be able to take a risk on your own passions. And there might be some amount of dynamics which need to change in terms of balance of a relationship for you to be more joyful, for you to be able to take more risk on yourself. There is a need with this full moon, which is happening on 20th of October, which will influence us till 4th or 5th of November. There will be a need to detox a pattern. And it will come with some energy, some fire, some power dynamics that will come to the side. And there will be a dark side of partnerships, in my view, that need to be shown, that need to be met head on. This is a cardinal full moon when action needs to be taken. So if there's a conflict of ego that we have avoided in the past, where you were suppressing your desires, your sexual desires, as well as your desire to do something which is good for you when it comes to taking a risk on your talents, you'll find that we cannot avoid that conflict anymore, and it will come into open. This is also the house of physical transformation. So if there's something physically that has been hurting you in your health, this is the time when we have to evolve that out of our life. We are letting go of something, and this is a process of purification of something that was holding you back, which could be something physical, which requires a physical transformation. This is also the house, as I said, of returns of partnership, not just business, but intimacy as well. So if there was a blockage to intimacy, which usually comes because of passions running out of relationship, you'll find that that would need to be confronted and met head on as well. This is where we openly talk about it and meet a matter head on instead of trying to gloss over it. You got to be a little bit careful with this full moon of 20th of October in terms of suddenly speeding. This is a transit when we can have a little bit of too much sheer physical effort, which can be great if you direct it to working out or courage in face of a challenge, as well as, there might be there's normally a degree of crisis that comes with this kind of full moon. And there's an adventure and a rising up that comes after it. But it normally starts with, there is an expense. There's an issue in a relationship. This is a term in our partnership, in a business financing that is not working out. So usually the trigger is a crisis. I'm sorry to say, but that's just how normally this kind of full moon comes with. And there's a tendency to speed through it because Aries is the zodiac sign of pioneering and just going in head on without thought process. Pluto will try to say, hold your horses, let's strategize. Let's not break all, go fast and break everything. I forget what the phrase was, but yeah, fight with partners, as well as sometimes a physical hurt can happen here, which you need to be a little bit careful on, because you'll be driven to physical anxiety sometimes with this full moon, where you are suddenly awakened to a desire, which could be, I need to put my foot down. This is the new power dynamics, and that's how it is. Or there could be, you have an awakening. I need this in my relationship. I'm not going to stay in this relationship without it. You need to hold a little bit of that in consideration, that this will make you very impulsive when it comes to finances, when it comes to relationships. And physically, that can be a time when physical effort can be totally sheer. This is sheer physical effort, which is excellent to get something over the line, right? If something very difficult, a difficult conversation, getting that over the line, or a difficult transformation, physical transformation, getting your body in a completely different shape. 2 weeks, 20th of October to 4th or 5th of November, getting into a new health regime and just getting over, cutting something out of your life. I'm done with this. I don't want this in my life. And just taking strong action, cardinal directional action, definitely very much required. Balancing your good versus what you're doing for another, definitely required over here. But season it a little bit, taking care that the fights can become too extreme over here, as well as the bridges can be burned. And fight can be physical sometimes with this, which we need to be a bit careful about. Fever is another thing because this is a lot of heat in your body, and this is happening in your house of health and healing. So health and healing sometimes can happen through something needs to exit our body. So you will be in a process of purge, in my view, which can be heaty to the body. This is a deep spiritual experience which happens with a speed of its own, which in my view will evolve you to the next this phase that is coming for you of taking a leap. But you'll require to go through a deep cleanse. You'll require to make an honest self-examination, maybe a chat with a sponsor or a spouse or a business partner, where a key decision needs to be taken on what is going to be the new terms of this partnership if it has to continue. And there might be a cord that might be cutting, especially if that cord was tied since 2015, or a dysfunction or a karmic burden or a wrong sort of product you started eating which is hurting you, something which started hurting you since 2015. It needs to end now. It's like we're cutting a cord with a karmic debt, cutting a cord with possibly a financial debt as well, or sometimes with a partner which was in process, with the process of which started in 2015, specifically around April of 2015, when we had a new moon in this sign in exactly this spot. So you're now purging that out of your life to get more balance, to get more healing, to get out of a situation of dysfunction, and to get more passion back in your life. And you would be driven in a very, if I may say, fitful state to get there. There will be a speed to it. And sexual issues in relationships will definitely, in my view, they look like they would come to focus if they have been any. Power comes through also a dark side of us. We have to recognize that the things that are called dark in our culture, which includes anger, includes sex sometimes, includes self-expression without bounds, all of it comes from a side of us which is called dark side, but that is also the side of us that powers us. So you would have to own some part of the dark side of yourself, because the intensity will show up in a conflict which will lead to cleanse, which will lead to renewal. Use, if you have a creative outlet, or use the relationship with your loved one and with your children to get something out of your system, because that's what it points to, that they are something that needs to get out of your system. And no returns are gained from no risk, and Pluto is going to nudge you very strongly to take a risk and not back down. So this was the long-term transit of Pluto going through your house of risk-taking, as well as the short-term trends of full moon and new moon that are playing out for the next 1 month. What is happening apart from that is Saturn and Jupiter are finally going direct in your house of work and health. This is a rare transit which was kicked off in December of 2020, when both Saturn and Jupiter are in a single house, which last only happened 300 years ago. So none of us have experienced this. What it has brought out, what has kickstarted since December of 2020, is a new cycle of structural growth for the collective. For all of us, the way we are going to grow over the course of next 20 years, that is going through a change now. And 2021 is the time when we are seeding that growth by both Jupiter giving us more opportunities to do a different kind of work, as well as Saturn giving us the structure to do that work. Same in health. A different structure of our health is being born in 2021. So that was the purpose of these two planets coming together, and that trend will extend to the next 20 years. I'll leave the link to the video I did back in December 2020 to talk more detail on what kind of professions, what kind of work routines, what kind of health routines would suit you as a zodiac better. You can access that to look at it. But for now, what's happening is Jupiter is finally going direct. Saturn is finally going direct. So all the restructuring and figuring out how to expand and work in health that was going on behind the scene now starts giving results. And you'll find the first proof of that with the 15th of October and 18th of October positive aspect, which is happening between Sun and Jupiter. This is the time when we start gaining materially out of all the restructuring that was happening behind the scene, as well as start seeing some benefits in health of the health routine or the lifestyle changes that we were doing behind the scene. This is especially true if you have planets around 22 degree of Virgo, which is around 14th of September born. Jupiter will go back from 22 degree all the way till end of Virgo till December. So especially from 14th of September, after 14th of September born, would feel the benefic impact of Jupiter going direct, but all of you will feel that matters that were stuck when it comes to changes in work, changes in health, they will start moving forward as you gain more support from your co-workers, from your teams. There are easier solutions that start coming for problems when Jupiter goes direct over here. Jupiter over here comes once in 12 years. Last in 2009 is when this kind of positive push in your lifestyle, in your professional prosperity or rise in hierarchy was gifted to you. It's a gift to us that Jupiter is here because it helps us in whatever changes we need to do when it comes to our work and health. It makes them go easy, even though Saturn is trying to create pressure and increasing your duties. But the benefit from those duties comes positively because of Jupiter over here. So I would take advantage of the next 2.5 months to make sure that I go after the professional opportunities and the health changes that I have longed to make for a long time. And especially things were stuck for the last 4 months, all the way since June or May, you'll find they will finally start moving ahead now. Saturn is going to be here not just for the next 2 months. Saturn will continue to create pressure on your daily routines till 2023, till March of 2023, because it's a long-term transit. It's creating a long-term structure of your work. It is the last house before you are, so as to speak, unleashed to the larger set of people, because you're preparing for a much bigger role when it comes to your social participation. But before you can be part of that social group, which makes a difference to the collective, there is something you need to set order to behind the scene or within your work and your daily routines, which Saturn is making you do. And that process started from December of 2020, which might have increased your duties, but also the pressure would have increased to figure out efficiency in your daily life, which means we need to be more organized in our daily life. We need to detox certain elements out of our diet, as well as what are we doing in terms of our daily life, in terms of work environment, who's our co-workers, are we delegating enough, do we have the right work-life balance. All of those questions would have become much harsher, and we would have required to create a new rule book over the course of last 4 months when Saturn was retrograde. Since about 23rd of May, you might be writing a new rule book of work or new structure of work, or you might be working on restructuring your work or a project behind the scene. The boundaries around the workload are very important to be laid out, and Saturn is teaching you both accountability of your own work as well as your ability to manage a team, learning time management, maintaining order, learning and defining what delegation is, because it's very difficult for Virgos to delegate. So what's your job, what's their job, and stabilizing your job security and your workplace in some ways, appreciating the need for boundaries when it comes to where the work stops and where life starts. In work, brilliant ahead of time ideas are coming to you. You are creating something very ahead of time. But in order to do that, you have to find your own mind-body balance as well to be able to do that more sustainably for a long-term period. So while Jupiter is saying, here, I'm throwing 10,000 opportunities at you of doing things, of expanding at work, changing your lifestyle, Saturn is saying, let's figure out of which you can do in a sane manner and create prosperity out of them and manage your concrete life direction versus getting distracted over too many projects and too many talents which are coming out. Also, it's pushing you to use all your talents and work and create more self-discipline when it comes to daily life. People at work and work environment could be a burdensome, and we might be learning how to psychologically disconnect ourselves from everybody around us who might be part of our work environment, instead of letting our health get affected by everybody else's problems. So boundaries where they start between your health and somebody else's problem, that is being created. You're bringing your house to order over this year all the way till March 2023. With Saturn's once in 30-year transit, you're bringing your house in order physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So whatever overload is there, you're creating efficiency around that, and emotionally, intellectually, physically, you're owning responsibility of yourself and your talents. So you can create something completely long lasting and lucrative out of your talents. You'll find that this pressure would be very high on 1st of November as well as around 10th of November. 1st of November and 10th of November is when, if we are too split out, we have too many options, too many ideas, too many thought processes, we are scattering our energy in some ways. Saturn is going to ask you to lay down some of those specific ideas. Get focused is the theme of 30th of October, 1st of November, 10th of November. You'll find that that's the time, and there could be some amount of verbal conflict that can come with it. Verbal conflict more like with an authority figure. You'll find that your own Saturn within, who wants you to be more efficient and organized, can show up as a person telling you to bed down an idea and be clear on one idea instead of hopping around from one to another one, and reduce the noise that is there in your daily life. This is especially true for early degree of Virgo, which is around 30th of August born. So that's what I have for you in terms of short term and long term. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video now. Thank you.